Hi guys, Marvin here. Dust2 is a very common and popular map, yet there seems to be, at whatever level I play, some confusion on how to play it properly. My first episode of Useful Utility was on Mirage, and it covered the entire map and all the utility and knowledge I had on that entire map, but it ended up being quite a long video and not what I wanted, and it also felt quite disconnected. And I wanted to make something that was very digestible to avoid that information overload that I was talking about in my first video. So this episode will be shorter and will only be focusing on Dust2 long, and I will try and convey the ideas and utility that I use in my own games so that you can use it in yours. Okay, so the first spawn for your CT spawns, as they always spawn in the same spot. So you normally have 5 spawns that look roughly like this. Your first spawn is the long spawn. This spawn must always cross to the pit. So I like to throw this G2 smoke to help cross. You can also couple that with a flash and bounce it off that pole there to try and get safely to this pit position so you can hold the long attack. You can also couple that with a molly that lands in the bedroom, throw it on the run like that. Basically, your objective is just to get as fast as you can, looking down, dodging the flashes into this pit angle, this headshot angle, very strong, so you can set up a crossfire with your teammate. Your second CT player, also coming along with your teammate, instead of coming to cross pit, you have a little more time to line up this long bedroom's molly. As you can see, it lands in the bedroom. And what I'm doing is you see this light section, this light kind of square. I stand on the end of the car here. Holding down shift walking, and jump throw. So good to have a jump throw bind button. So, and you're gonna have to practice this a few times to get it down, because you're gonna need to throw it relatively quick out of spawn. And then your next job is to come here and to support your pit player who's crossed into the pit. Very important that you support your player. Don't just throw your molly and run away and leave your friend, your teammate, isolated in this pit position, because it negates the whole benefit of crossing to pit if you don't have a crossfire set up like this. So one person holding the corner as they come out, another one deeper in the pit as they run out trying to trade. So the things you can do to help support your pit player is you can throw flashes over just like this, very simple. Peek, take the contact so that maybe maybe the T's think that you haven't got a second player here crossed. And basically, you just want to have a pretty good chemistry in playing this crossfire. So you flash, you peek, you help, you support, you kill maybe one or two, you don't think there's any more coming. The final thing you do is you drop your smoke in the bedroom doors to allow your friend, your teammate, by this stage probably 30 seconds has passed, to escape safely. You may want to leave one, depending of your read of the certain round. You may want to leave one long, or you can just, if you think it's going to be mid to B or something, you can safely cross back with your teammate, cross back to the site, go CT, play out the round like that. And then your third teammate, he's just going to hold flashes like this. Wait till your teammate has kind of run to the corner position. Don't just throw him off the start. And then you just want to throw these flashes like this that pop in front of the corner, so they blind anyone that's here looking at the corner. But most importantly, behind the shoulder of your teammate here. And you probably want to cool them so your pit player doesn't eat them, doesn't stare right at them. But really, they're for this player here to pop, to blind everyone, and to peek. They're just good, simple flashes. I'll show you one more time. You just stand here with this medical thing to the left and just left click throw. Okay, and then you're the A site anchor. You can either come up short here, communicating with your mid player, holding this an angle like this, something close, or if your two long players, they just die straight away. I like to throw, if I'm the A site anchor, line up with here, throw my smoke, just bounces off that box there and just blocks that short angle. So if you're getting split on and you're the only one last alive on the A side, you can kind of defend. You can defend like here. If your mid player says there's no one up short and you trust him, you can throw a smoke like this in between the two. Whatever these things are, and it gives you good angles to peek on either side. So you can peek, take cover with behind this box, peek on the jump up here. Another good way to play the site if you're just getting rushed long and your two A long players die straight away. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the terrorist side, as I've kind of shown you everything that I would expect to see in a CT default and that I do in a CT default. The first thing you want to do, much like the CT side, identify who has the long spawn, and the long spawn, much like the CT side, must get out of bedroom and cross. What you don't want to do is stand in these doors, stop your teammates from all helping and supporting, blocking them all, and try and take a fight, trying to shoot someone as they run across or whatever. You need to get out of the doors and cross, no matter what. Then you can fight. Then you can try and kill the guy that maybe crossed the pit. The second most important thing is lots of flashes. Even in silver games, I seem to have this down. Just throw your flashes over the top over here. They're very good. They get pretty much everyone that's playing here. And just make it so you get out of this very tight choke point into here and hopefully try and fight and kill and make your way up long. Once you take the long control here, you can throw this molly. You can see you aim on top of this little electrical box thing, hold down mouse 1, jump throw. It's a very good molly. Gets this corner, and that's really why I don't recommend playing car all that much, because it just gets mollied and makes life very difficult. It's a good position, but not for defending long. And then the final thing I'll let you know about is this smoke here. So you can see on this smaller green slide, I aim at the corner, and it's the farthest cross smoke. I normally just throw these on the run because I've played Dust2 a lot, and if you do have a lineup, one that, you know, bounces off here or whatever, there's all sorts of ones, make sure that it lands properly, because as you might have seen in my recent Dust2 demo, you can have it so that you fail it and it bounces like this, and this is essentially a CT smoke. This is not a good smoke for you, and it allows CTs that are rotating in to get out and up into the site and to support their teammates, and they can play around it and shoot you. If you're trying to get up long, make sure you don't have a smoke like a smoke like this that bounces off this lip here. And in fact, it's a good tip for CTs. If you want to help, you can just these will always be like smokes here, but you can throw a smoke in front of it like I just did, underhand one, to help get out and help fight. Maybe coupled with a flash of your teammates. It's a very good way to defend long, and it's a very good way to sabotage your team if you're a T side and you fail your smoke and it bounces off this lip. Normally I just chuck them on the run. It's not that hard. But generally people fail the furthest one, so I do know a lineup for that, and that'll just ensure there are no gaps. See how I threw that on the run? Now there are no gaps. Thank you for watching. That's everything I know and use for long on Dust2, so hopefully you learnt something. Anyway, share this with your friends or the people you're in queue with for your next game, so you can learn some of the teamwork fundamentals that even the professionals use. A little practice of some of the things I went over in this short video is definitely going to be worth it for your win rate on Dust2, so you can grind the map for some easy elo. I know I'm going to be showing this to the people that want to queue with me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.